Hi everyone. In this video, we will see how matrices are used in artificial intelligence. Have you ever wondered how artificial intelligence recognizes faces, translates languages, or how the self-driving cars work? Behind all these amazing technologies lies the beauty of mathematics, is a very simple concept called matrices. So very first we will see how to represent a data. Matrices are one of the most important mathematical tools in artificial intelligence. Almost every AI algorithm uses matrices to store, process, and learn from data. So, representing data. In artificial intelligence, data is often stored in the form of a matrix. For example, if we consider a student data, the student data is stored in the form of a matrix. So depending upon the metrics, for example, age, marks for the student A, B, C, it is stored in the form of a matrix. So this can be represented as capital X equal to 1885, 1990, 1878. Each row represents a student and each column represents the corresponding matrix. Digital images or matrices of pixel values. So the next important application of matrices in AI is image processing, where all the images are processed. When an image is given as an input, it will be processed in the kind of matrix, then it will be converted into pixels. A grayscale image can be represented as this value. AI systems for facial recognition, medical imaging, and self-driving cars process images using matrix operations. So all the data are, when it is fed as an image, it is converted into in the form of numerical numbers in matrices. Then we are getting the output. This is about image processing. Neural networks. So neural networks are nothing but the heart of artificial intelligence, which rely heavily on matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication allows AI models to process millions of calculations simultaneously. So neural networks, they perform calculations using matrix multiplication. For example, if I take x value as 1, 2 and the input data w as 0 0.5, 0 0.3, zero point 0.8 and zero point 0.2 weights, the output is obtained by y equal to xw. So this is how the neural networks they work on. Next comes the machine learning predictions. So algorithms such as linear regression use matrices to compute the predictions y equal to x beta, where x is the input data matrix and beta will be the parameter matrix and y is nothing but the predicted output. Natural language processing. So words are converted into numerical vectors and matrices, and it is also stored in the form of matrices. So in the natural language processing, for example, king, if I take a word king, it will be stored as 0 0.8, 0 0.6, 0 0.2. And queen, it is 0 0.7, 0 0.7, 0 0.3. So large language models use enormous matrices to understand relationships between words and sentences. Recommendation systems. So platforms such as Netflix and YouTube use user item matrices. For example, for the user U1, U2, movie A, movie B, and movie C, AI analyzes the matrix and predicts missing ratings to make recommendations. So this is a major area where matrices are used in AI. So to summarize this, matrices help AI to detect objects, recognize faces, classify images, analyze videos. Every image frame is essentially a matrix of numbers. So why engineering students should learn matrices? Matrices are the foundation of machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, robotics, data science, generative AI. Now, the next slide will give you an overview about the application of matrices in AI. A neural network is basically just a bunch of matrix multiplication. So when I say input vector, the weight matrix, how do we get the output vector? So with a simple calculation of matrices, this AI is working on. And next comes the linear combination of matrices here. Linear combination. See, for example, when I take this neural network, how this linear combination works. So that is given here. And the next will be the input vector and output vector weight matrix. So how these are mapped from the input to the output vector. So this is given here. So uh, by conclusion, I could heavily say that matrices are the main mathematical tool that is used behind artificial intelligence. Thank you.